Lady Jack fans, it's your boy Buckets, the Axum Insider. We're here at Shelton Gym. You guys know it as the pressure cooker. SFA volleyball. We're gonna go inside and talk to Coach Debbie Humphreys. You guys aren't gonna wanna miss this interview. Let's go! Welcome to the next installment of the Axum Insider. I'm your host Buckets, alongside what I refer to her as the GOAT. This is Debbie Humphreys, the head coach of women's volleyball here at SFA. Coach, we literally just a little bit ago got some news from the WAC preseason awards, so let's talk about that first. Preseason Player of the Year, Elan Bradley. I refer to her as TVMA when I watch her play volleyball. I mean, she just fires rockets at other teams. What does that award or that preseason award mean to you as a coach, to the program, and then just what does it mean to have a player like her on your roster?
You know, I'll be very honest with you up front and tell you that I absolutely hate any kind of preseason awards. I hate preseason awards, I hate preseason polls, I hate it all because we haven't done anything yet. But with that being said, you know, Elan is extremely deserving of that. She was the most valuable player at the conference tournament, and I think really what teams have to go from right now, what coaches have to go from for their voting, is everything based on what was done a year ago. And certainly with that in mind, she is deserving of that honor, along with Adi and Haley Hong as well. The thing is now that's, there's an expectation there, and we don't shy away from expectations, but it's not about what we did last year. It's about what we're going to do this year, which, you know, this season is about to crank up here in a couple days.
So you mentioned Haley, you mentioned Ariana. They're both on that
Right.
preseason all-WAC team as well. And I know that last year has nothing to do with this year, but let's talk about last year for a minute. You're bringing back pretty much every statistical leader. I mean, really your top three in every stat. You're bringing all of them back and adding some to this
Right.
roster. Talk about this team and those newcomers that are here now and how they're gelling with the team. Like we're picked to win the WAC this year, and I think all but 2 first-place votes. What does this team look like to you? I know it's early, we haven't done anything yet, but what does it look like so far?
Well, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of physicality in this group, and the team chemistry is great. Just the people that we have assembled are an absolute joy to work with every day. They come in, they are ready to work every day, they're getting after it. They're actually making each other better based on how they challenge each other every day in the gym. So lots of positives about this team, and you know, we have personally set the bar extremely high, as we should with a lot of upperclassmen. We're kind of one extreme or the other. We have a lot of kids with ton of experience, we have kids with no experience. So we're kind of 50-50 on that, and a few sprinkled in the middle that will be key pieces for us as well. But you know, it's exciting. The freshmen will only get better. But I think the good thing is we don't need the freshmen to be ready to contribute right away. But the sooner they get ready, the better that's going to make us overall as well.
So speaking of setting the bar high, I've done my research a little bit, and at some point this season, you're going to eclipse the 800 win mark.
If we don't do it soon, then that's not a good sign of what this season has been like.
But you're going to hit the 800 win mark at some point this season, which will be your 36th coaching.
36, yeah.
What does that mean to you? Like just that, I mean, that's a long time to be in this business, and you've had a lot of players pass through your program. And what does that mean to you? 800 wins and all the players that came along with that, and just talk a little bit about like just that experience.
One, it means that God is extremely good, and I have been very blessed to be surrounded by great people. And we've had great coaches come through this program and great players come through this program. And this is not about me. You know, that is definitely not about me. I have not played 1 point in any of those wins. But we have had players who have bought into what we're selling. It's about the team first mentality. It's not about, me, me, me. It's about what we can accomplish together when we are trying to make, if you're my teammate, I'm trying to make you better instead of so worried about myself. And it's amazing how when you take your focus off yourself, your own game actually improves. So with those types of things, the girls buying in and them just having that work ethic, just the expectations are extremely high, but that's why people come to SFA. They come here knowing that the expectation bar is high and that they're going to be challenged day in and day out to get better as a player and to fill a role, a very important role, until they're actually ready to step out there and do their job. So for everybody that comes through and accepts whatever their role is at that given moment, we work with them to achieve the goal that they really desire. But in the meantime, there's a very valuable role that everybody needs to fill. And when the team buys into that, great things happen.
So I've got two more for you, and they're really both about kind of my experience last season with volleyball. So I had never been to a volleyball game until last year. Came and watched you guys, and then I was hooked. And so first I want to ask you about the building that we're sitting in. We call it the pressure cooker here at SFA. I call it the best, hands down, the best environment sports-wise on this campus. I think it's incredible when this place is filled up. What does it mean to you being on this sideline every game and hearing this place get loud and rocking? I know last year, I think it was the Sam Houston game. I mean, that was probably as loud as I've heard it in here. But what's that like, the intensity that this place gets to?
Somebody shared a stat with me a couple weeks ago, and it might have been Hunter, and said over our last 100 games and in this facility, we're 91-9. And I was like, what? That's insane.
That's great.
That is what kind of, that speaks volumes of truly volumes of the atmosphere that's created, no pun intended, but it is so loud in here and it's rocking and it's an event and it's fun. And you leave as a fan or as a participant, whatever your role is, you leave here and you're like, wow, you're wiped out because everything's been so intense for a couple hours. And it's a good time, and the fans make it that way for us. And the fact that it's the student body and the Nacogdoches community all together come out and have supported this program very, very well. And we know it's our responsibility on game day to come out here and put on a show. And what I mean by that is play our style of volleyball, which is a style that is very, very fun to watch.
So the second experience from last year, in getting to know you a little bit last year, I didn't see this side of you until I think it happened here in the pressure cooker. You seemed pretty laid back, pretty chill, and then I saw you coach, and then I saw the clipboard, folder, whatever it is that you carry, went kind of flying toward the bench one game. It was a different side of Debbie Humphrey than I had seen, that intensity when you're coaching. But what's that like for you on the sideline? I mean, I swear, like sometimes at the end of games, I feel like you're as exhausted as they are. Like you've just been working.
I am absolutely exhausted, and my legs cramp every night after matches, in case anyone's wondering. But that clipboard you're talking about has a zipper for a reason, because the times I forget to zip it up, when it goes flying, so do all the papers. So I got to be careful and make sure that thing stays zipped. But no, it's it's a passion. It's a passion of mine. I love it. I love competition, and I want the girls to love competition and embrace it. Don't shy away from competition. And the bigger the match, the better the opponent, then the more into it we are. But I don't always say that. It doesn't matter who it is. When you get to compete, you just go out and you go hard. And I always tell them, if you can beat somebody 25-0, you do it. Yeah. We don't mess around. We go out and we do our absolute best. And if that gets the match over quickly, then so be it. If we got a battle for 2.5 hours, then we do it. But I am there in the trenches with them. I'm every bit as engaged and invested as they are. And I love it. I love it.
Well, Coach, I'm looking forward to seeing SFA volleyball back in action. And I remember, like last year, I told you I was on my couch, and like when you guys were on the road, I was living and dying by every ESPN Plus broadcast. So can't wait to do it again. Lumberjack, Lady Jack fans, make sure you get your season tickets. Be here in the pressure cooker this year to watch SFA volleyball. Coach, appreciate you joining us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Axum.